Hello, here is Sudan. We're starting a new tutorial series of HPM's mod. So, the very first thing you will ever need is gonna be the machine template folder. So, with this thing, you can make recipes for machines like the assembly machine or the chemical machine. But in the early game, you're gonna need this for the plate stamps. So, the next thing are the burner press and the anvil. For this tutorials I'm gonna use the iron furnace in this stage. Maybe I use another better one in a future, but for now I'm gonna use that. And this is the crafting of this thing. So let's start with the burner press. In order to use the burner press you will need the plate stamps. To craft the plate stamp you will need brick and the desired material in the down part. And to choose what type of flat stamp you will need the machine template folder, and to choose the material of the stamps. In this case I'm gonna use the plate stamp, and here we got it. So in this case I will use it to create copper plates. And the next thing, the anvil. The anvil you can craft almost pretty much machines here. Within the tier 1 anvil, your next task will gonna be craft the blast furnace. So in order to craft the blast furnace you will need fire breaks, and fire breaks are made with clay sand and limestone, but it has other recipes like the aluminum powder or the aluminum ore. So with the fire clay you just put it in a furnace and it will give you the fire break. And now we're able to craft the blast furnace. You just will need stone bricks, but that's pretty easy. Now, the blast furnace. One of the very first recipes you will gonna need, it's gonna be the steel. To make steel you will need iron ingot and coal. Another thing, once you have enough steel, you probably will want to build the extension of the blast furnace, because right now they don't have much fuel efficiency. So in order to craft the extension you will need this steel grate. Then you make this with steel beams, and the steel beams like this, and with the steel grates, fire breaks and a copper plate you will gonna be able to make the blast furnace extension. And now this has more fuel efficiency. Now another recipe of the blast furnace is the Minecraft grade copper, and with Minecraft grade copper and steel you will gonna be able to make an advanced alloy ingot. With this material you will gonna be able to make tools. And the things are pretty useful for early game, because this, as you can see, this has vein miner. With this it lets you auto mine ores, but it don't work with normal stone. So yeah, to mine stone like this one you will gonna need another type of ability, and later on you will gonna have it. So another thing, once you have enough steel you will gonna, and with enough steel you will gonna be able to upgrade the anvil, and with steel anvil you will gonna able to craft a lot of more machines. So next thing we're gonna watch is the crucible. So with 20 fire break, 8 industrial grade copper and 8 steel plate you will gonna be able to make a crucible. In order to use the crucible you will gonna need a firebox or a heating oven. In this case I'm gonna use a heating oven because I don't have materials for the firebox. And optional you could use an speed to recycle your fuel. Stone, nani? Oh, stone, iron ingot. Additional to use the crucible, you will gonna need foundry channels, foundry basins, and foundry outlets. Additionally, you can use foundry storage basin, but it's more optional. And for last one, you will gonna need a blank foundry mold. With the mold, you can put the recipe you wanted with the anvil. In this case, for example, I'm gonna using a block recipe. You can also put a recipe for ingots. So let me show you a functional design of the crucible. And this is a pretty basic design for the crucible. You can put several sections of like this, and each section with their own filter. For example, I'm gonna put a iron filter with this. But first, let's put some iron and let's turn this on. So in order to put a filter, you will gonna need a shovel, and you click the crucible or the foundry channel, and you will gonna have foundry scraps. With the foundry scraps, you put like this, and you have now these outlets that filter only iron, and you can use it with its material. So another thing, the spill outlet you can craft with stone and everything that comes through the spill outlet will gonna spill, as their name says. Another thing, the liquids will gonna always follow the shoulder spots, as like this example, like this. Another thing, with the crucible you can double the ores. As you can see, 2 ingots for 1 ore. And for the last thing, let's talk about the recipes of the crucible. You can make steel with the crucible and other materials. To do that, you will gonna need a machine template folder. In order to craft the recipe, you will gonna need paper and a die. As you can see here, I have the recipe of the steel production. Let's put this inside. So for the crucible, the output, this red output, it's gonna be for the recipes, and the green one, it's gonna be for the raw resources. Like so let's put some iron and coal. And as you can see, this thing it's already making the steel. Well, I guess this is all for today's episode. I hope you enjoy it and that type of things. Bye.